I don't have good news for you, whether it's going to be a free and fair election. I think it's very obvious to all Malaysians. I'm just listing 5 things that the EC has done so well to actually worsen the coming election, the PRU 14. One is the constitution, but I will leave that to Shah, covering the delineation, as an example of how our constitution has actually been totally violated and doesn't follow the rule of law. So I will just start with the electoral roll. What is happening to the electoral roll is that, first of all, there is that, if you are following some of the court cases, it was shown in Selangor case, yeah, that there were 136,272 voters in the electoral roll without addresses. This was brought up in the court, and the answer that the Election Commission says is that when we asked for evidence of this to be produced, as to show how did you delineate without knowing the addresses of these 100,000 people, the response was that they have destroyed the records. So the other one is actually what we call abating and registering phantom voters. One classic example is really the army camp that doesn't exist, hasn't even been built yet, but they are also transferring voters there. The other one is really when we actually want to analyze the electoral roll, it's proving to be very difficult. Because last time they was, the Election Commission will sell soft copies, and you can actually buy and do your analysis. Now it's not possible. You literally have to bring your scanning machine or your photocopying machine to the SPR office and photocopy or scan the electoral roll in order to do your own analysis. So this is very challenging, and EC is not apologetic at all for that. The other thing that is really happening to voters is that when you actually want to vote, there is this very frustrating registration process where once you register as a voter, there's a 1 month in which people can actually object to you being a voter. And when we actually monitor the excuses where the bantahan, yeah, the objection were raised is that, oh, well, the person was not in when I went to knock on the house in the afternoon. But the voter was saying that, you know, I do work in there and I'm away from morning till afternoon. So there are many kinds of ridiculous excuses for objection. So the last thing is really, well, I still believe in voting. So I'm asking everyone, please don't give up the vote. Vote and get others to vote. Voters still have to come out to vote, you know, despite the unfair redelineation. Because if you look at what happened in General Election 13, it's also based on unfair redelineation. But voters came out in big numbers. That was the first time ever Malaysia hit, you know, more than 80%, 85%, yeah. And it made a difference, yeah. Whether it changed the government or not, that's really up to this coming election. But I think that if we don't come out to vote, and I do unfortunately estimate that, you know, the turnout might be lower, and that's why we are having this campaign, you know, to really keep it at 85%. And we do need a strong parliament with a strong opposition.